My name is Algenon Cash, and I'm the host of Eat Drink Triad. This is the inaugural episode, and today I'm here at J&S Cafeteria in High Point, North Carolina, 5835 Samet Drive, getting ready for some good down-home Southern cooking. So one of the things that I wanted to do was really highlight the fact that y'all have such a wide variety of food, whether it be fish, and chicken, and hamburgers. This is the Board Castle Burger, named after the castle that used to be in Greensboro.
Right.
What made you want to carry this here at J&S?
Well, they have a fan club here in Greensboro that's over 3,000 people involved in it. And growing up, most of us were in that group. I mean, from 1950 to about close to 1980. But we do have a lot. I got thinking about, what's something that an older guy like me could relate to. That's not just cafeteria food. And it's, one of the icons in Greensboro was the castle. And I said, okay, well, we'll see what happens if we put castle burgers out there and see if we don't draw in some baby boomers or even younger than baby boomers that can remember eating there in the 80s. And so that's the whole thing behind it. It's not, we have a lot of items that we used to have 20 or 30 years ago that we don't make anymore because those people are long gone. They don't, like the waterloo salad is something you rarely see. But burgers are big now, and to be able to come in and get something that's you remember and it's done right, we actually had to cook. One of the cooks that worked there come and show us how to do it. It took about 2 weeks, but So I'm constantly trying to think out of the box and how can we get not necessarily older folks in here, but to get new people in that say, what's the cafeteria? Well, no, you can come in and get a castle burger too.
Well, that's what restaurants are about. It's all about just getting butts in the seats and people that want to come in and try your food.
Yeah.
You talked about how burgers are so popular. This is like a really basic burger. I mean, there's no lettuce, there's no condiments on it other than the castle sauce.
Right.
Is this how they made it originally?
Yeah.
Just plain with nothing but castle sauce on it, or
It's castle sauce. Now, you could back in those days. You could order a piece of cheese, and you could ask for lettuce and stuff. Most teenagers, or you didn't want that. I mean, you just like the sauce. And I noticed you don't have anything on yours either but the sauce.
Yeah.
It's a full burger.
Yeah.
And of course with the fries. And then the steak burger was the one. It was about 20 cents more than the castle burger. Back in the 60s and early 70s, 20 cents was a big difference. That was just from getting fries or just getting a sandwich.
Yeah.
So.
And I got fries with mine, but you do offer onion rings.
Yeah, and they're hand cut every day.
So you've been in the food business for a very long time. I think the first J&S opened in Asheville at River Ridge in 1984.
Right.
What made you want to get into the restaurant business?
I don't know. Here lately, I asked myself that a whole lot. But Mr. Howard, who started J&S, I was his son-in-law, and I had a background in small business and chamber work, economic development, and he asked me if I would come in and maybe just set up the administrative end of it. Give him about 2 years, and then I'd go on my merry way. But it got into my blood.
36 years ago.
36 years ago.
Yeah.
But it gets into your blood. I mean, there's nothing better to hear people talking and laughing and enjoying themselves, and they're having good, clean fun, and you can hear it. You get tuned into these places as well as in the back. I mean, if somebody's been in the business this long, I mean, you can actually tell when something's not right in the kitchen just by the sounds. And that's always what amazed me about Mr. Howard. I mean, he when he walked in, he was tuned in, and he could tell whatever was going on. Or he'd walk in and say, "Well, aren't people in here talking and having fun? What's going on?" So yeah, I ended up staying 36 years, still here.
So 36 years, but a number of your employees have been here almost just as long as you have.
Right. Yeah, there are several that have been with us for 30 years. Right. I'm the last family member, but which is okay. My son was in it for a while, and he's gone to work for another chain in Charlotte, and he enjoys that. So, but it's right now. It's the challenge. The only reason I'm sitting here is just the challenge of being able to take something that's been around so long and reinvent it. Because if we don't, we wouldn't be here.
Well, you're coming out on the other side of COVID.
Right.
Restaurants have been under some kind of restrictions for a year now.
Right.
The governor just finally lifted that from 50 to 75 because it looks like we're making some headway with fighting back on the virus.
Right.
Have you seen anything like COVID in your 36 years in the restaurant business?
Now I got a mouthful of food. No. The only thing I could equate to what it's been like, at least the first, after 9/11, there was such a morbid, I guess is the word I'm looking for, but there was so much, everybody was stunned. And for weeks, we had 10-15% of our business. The rest of the night, we lost 80-90% of our business.
Mm.
People did not feel like going out. So I compare the first 90 days of COVID. Basically, it was like having 9/11 all over again, except for 2 or 3 months.
Mm.
Because nobody knew what to do, nobody knew what was going to happen. Everybody was scared to death. Same thing on 9/11. I mean, every time you hear, we didn't hear a plane for 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden you start hearing planes, and you're wondering, are they going to land on top of my, cafeteria? But that's the only thing I could equate it to, as far as the way people felt. They just weren't in the mood to go out and eat, plus they were told they couldn't. Now, that's something that we've never had that happen, having customers being told you're not allowed on the streets. So yeah, it was very much different.
Well, you've been able to, feels like we're coming out of it. At least we see light at the end of the tunnel. What do you think that you've done in the last year that's made it so you're still standing here? Because there are a lot of restaurants that are not standing. We've lost 100,000 restaurants across the country. What made J&S different?
Well, some of it I have to admit is being in the business a long time, and cross training was one of the biggest things. When we first got and the PPP funds were a lifesaver. That first round of PPP funds probably saved us, and I'm not exaggerating. But what it allowed us to do then was cross train everywhere. So we brought everybody back. And we had a meat cook learn how to do vegetables, and a vegetable cook learn how to do breads. And because we knew this was going to last a while, we just didn't know how long. So that's the one thing that we did was we made the cross training, which came back. It helps out quite a bit because 1 or 2 people could come in and with the business we had and do what we had 5 doing. So it allowed us to keep labor. The 2 weeks that we were closed, we quarantined. My son and I came in and painted the whole place, and we added a pickup window, and had construction done on that. So you can call in, or you can get online and pay and just swing by and pick it up. You don't have to get out of the car. And as far as I know, we're the first cafeteria that's ever had a pickup window. So we've been thinking out of the box. We were thinking about, what would get some guy to get in his car and drive over here. Might be a Castle Burger. Might be Calabash seafood, might be something that we normally don't have. We are doing everything now is behind plexiglass. And it dawned on me, like, now you can sit right in front of your food, whether it's a takeout box or not, and you're going to see us put it together. If it's food, we can do it. You just don't relate that to a cafeteria.
Well, I think that's probably like the one thing that people mistake about this place is if you ride by it, you don't really know what's going on the inside.
Right.
Whether it's the seafood or the chicken, the burgers, and the sandwiches, all the vegetables you have, all the salads you offer. I think people just have this, when they think of cafeteria, they think about being back in school and that little square frozen pizza that you get in the school cafeteria. But this is nothing like that at all. And it's, for the longest I thought that maybe it was just Southern cooking, but it's even more expensive than that. So you guys are offering a lot here at J&S.
Right. And that's the one thing about the beauty of a cafeteria, or a line at least. It's I call it a 60-foot menu. You don't see a picture on a menu. You're
Yeah.
actually, there it is. And you're gonna pick the one you want.
And people eat with their eyes,
They sure
so
do.
that's good. Yeah.
They sure do. Sort of like that macaroni and cheese. You obviously like macaroni and cheese.
I love macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, I can tell.
I am absolutely stuffed. Yes, I had the Bourne Castle Burger here at J&S Cafeteria, but don't forget, they've got a 60-foot menu with all kind of great food, everything from turkey and dressing to fried chicken to meatloaf, you name it. A lot of great Southern cooking here at J&S, but they've also got some stuff that you wouldn't think they would have, like burgers and sandwiches. So come by, support this family-owned restaurant, ask to see Mr. Nowlan, get to know him, his staff a little bit, and I want to thank y'all for watching the inaugural episode of Eat Drink Triad. I'm so excited to bring this great content to you all. We're going to be visiting at least a couple of restaurants every single month, highlighting their menu, having a great conversation with the owners, and helping you to better understand what's right here in your backyard when it comes to food and beverage. Until next time, stay tuned.